So there are many, many mutual funds, thousands of them, even in India. In fact, the joke is that there are more mutual funds than there are stocks. So how do you go about selecting them? We will come to the details much later, but let's first talk about how to classify them, how many different types of mutual funds there are so that you get a sense of what all is available. Let's start with the simplest of the classifications, which is by the structure of the fund. Then we'll talk about the asset classes, and then we can talk about different styles. By structure, there's basically two types, open and closed. There's actually a third one called interval funds, which is a combination of the two. But let's start with the most common ones, which is basically open-ended mutual funds. Most mutual funds around the world are open-ended because the whole point of the mutual fund is to allow retail investors to come in and go out as they wish, in line with their goals. So open-ended mutual funds are the ones that allow you to come in and out. And they do that because the units that somebody buys, or when they apply going into the mutual fund, they are new units that are issued. And when they leave the fund, those units are cancelled. By contrast, closed mutual funds have a limited number of units. So once you go in, they usually close the gate, which means you are now in there for a period of time. It could be 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 3 years, whatever the time period stated is. And when that term finishes, the money gets returned. Some closed funds do allow the secondary trading of these units. So it's closed-ended, but if you absolutely must get out, you can choose to sell your units to somebody else. It's not a guaranteed thing, but it is possible. We'll talk about that a bit later. And then interval funds are basically open-ended funds that close for a period of time, and then on a preset date, they open again and close again and open again and so on.